critics and audiences love this film. I mean, the rating at Rotten Tomatoes is just out of this world. When Jordan Peele brought you this script, did you realize what it was going to become?
No, you have no idea. I've been lucky enough to be behind not many, but a couple of movies that have kind of touched the nerve in the popular culture the way this movie did, and you never have any idea. It's the greatest surprise ever in what we do, but you never have an idea if it's going to, or certainly I never had an idea that it was going to happen.
At what point did you realize that it was going to be such a huge success?
Really, the point that I realized was the second weekend of release. So we had a screening at Sundance that went very well. The opening weekend was strong, but it wasn't wild. But the second weekend the movie was playing in theaters, the drop was very, very, very small, much, much smaller than a typical genre movie. And that was the moment when we all knew that Jordan had made something very special and amazing.
Now, there was a production company already on it, QC Entertainment. Mm-hmm. What did Blumhouse Productions bring to the table?
Well, we brought the financing, probably most importantly, but we also brought a lot of the casting. We gave a lot of script notes, just like we worked very closely with QC. So we worked on the development, on the casting, on the physical production where we shot the movie, and then on the editing and the marketing. So similar to all the movies that we produce. And most of the movies we produce with a producing partner.
Okay. It's interesting to know that. Most people don't know anything about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. If you look, it's surprising, people always say there's so many credits for producers because it takes a lot of producers to make a movie.
I understand that Jordan Peele had an alternate ending, a darker one at the beginning. What can people expect from that? Because I understand it's going to be on the Blu-ray.
It's going to be on the Blu-ray, and the darker ending was the original scripted end to the movie. We screened the movie with that end on it. And the movie screened great until the end, and then everyone felt very unsatisfied. Most of all me, but I was not alone. Jordan didn't either. Everyone kind of agreed. And it just like you said, it's a much darker end. And I think the end we have on the movie that was in theaters and that'll be on the full-length version of the Blu-ray is the better end. But I'll let fans decide. And if they don't like it, I'm happy to hear from people.
What was the significance of the deer at the beginning? Because Chris is really shaken up by it.
Well, to me, the significance of the deer, there's a lot of different theories about it, but for me, the significance of the deer was it sets the tone for what's to come. You really don't know where you are tonally in the movie. The very opening of the movie is a certain tone, then the next scene with the two of them, it almost feels like it's going to be a romantic drama, right? And then the deer squarely puts you in the mindset that bad things are to come.
Right. On a picture like this, I could see a lot of people, like there might be a lot of joking around going on when the camera's not rolling. Who would have been the biggest jokester on set?
The biggest jokester on set? Well, you have to ask Jordan that. I always tell my directors if I'm on set for more than a day or two, something is going massively wrong. So I was only on the set for a day or two. So my guess is Little Rel, but you'll have to ask Jordan that.
Okay. And why do you think this film appeals to people of all races?
I think it appeals to people of all races because no matter who you're identifying with when the movie starts, when the movie ends, everyone's on Daniel's side. And I think that really brings people together, and it makes it a really fun experience to go see the movie with a group of people from different races and watch them unite around this terrific lead character because everyone else in the movie is horrible. And most of them die, thank God.
You produce a lot of horrors. What is it that you look for in a script before agreeing to back it?
We look for, most importantly, obviously that it's good, but second to that, and equally importantly, that it feels different, that it feels like nothing we've ever seen before, that there's something new about it. And Get Out certainly checked that box multiple times. The other thing that we look for, I always say, is that we look for, like, Hitchcock is my favorite director. We say, what would Hitchcock have made today? And I feel like Get Out is a great example of what Hitchcock might have made today if he was still alive.
Is there a movie that you saw when you were a child that made you think, yes, I want to be in that business?
I want to be in the movie business? Star Wars. I think when I saw Star Wars, that was probably it. I saw it with my dad at the Lowe's in Manhattan when it came out, and I was hooked.
And finally, what are you working on next? I know your production company has a lot of things in the pipeline.
Let's see. We have a new movie that comes out in October called Half to Death. We have a movie opening Friday called Lowriders. And then we have Insidious 4. That's on the movie side. On the TV side, we have a series. We're doing The Purge as a series, which is going to be on cable TV, a 10-part series of The Purge. And we're doing a show on an 8-part scripted series on Roger Ailes, which the guy who wrote Spotlight is show running. So those are the Blumhouse highlights for the next 12 months or so.
Wow, that's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you.